We just got back from a wild and crazy month. A lot has been going on, and we had some personal family stuff that I'm not going to elaborate that much, but it has definitely just impacted our plans, and so I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video. Most of this video is just kind of a video log of a trip that we took further west in the US to see some of my family, and so I'm gonna roll that footage and narrate a few little points along the way. Hello! We are taking a trip to go see some of our family. So we thought we'd take this opportunity to show you all a little bit of what it's like when we are traveling and on the road. So we're driving down through the edge of Ohio right now, so then we can go through Kentucky, where we're gonna see some folks, and then on to Missouri, where we're gonna get to see a lot of my family. Do you have anything you wanna contribute? Who doesn't want to contribute to the video? Isn't that surprising? So, we'll show you some shots of the beautiful countryside. You can see our Jeep is nicely packed. We got Sprout back there in our seat. And just enjoying a beautiful day on the road. The road that we take is really beautiful. We're next to the water for a good chunk of it, and we have all these little roadside stands. Here there's a little clip of a pumpkin stand where they're selling pumpkins, but all summer long they're selling produce here on the side of the road, and it always cracks us up because it's very Azerbaijani. That's what we always say. We constantly find ourselves comparing West Virginia and Azerbaijan. So we made it to Kentucky. We're stopping overnight in Elizabethtown, and we're at our recent favorite restaurant, Mexico Lindo, in E-Town, which, as you can tell from the menus, is very legitimate Mexican food. Yummy. Yummy food. You gonna get some more? Oh yeah, so good. One of the things that we kept commenting on as we were driving is just how huge the US is. In this trip, we probably drove about 12 hours from east to west. And in Azerbaijan, I remember telling people that my siblings live about 7 hours apart from each other in the US, and people are like, oh man, that's so far. And I'm like, no, because in Azerbaijan, you drive 7 hours like you're driving from one corner of the country to the other corner of the country, unless you're really burning a lot of time on very small and bad roads. But especially interstate, like we were driving most of this trip, you drive for 7 hours on a road that big, you're going to be out of the country. And so it's so wild to people. But and the thing is, we didn't even, we started in West Virginia, not the coast. And then we pretty much just drove the length of Kentucky halfway into Missouri. So we covered one state and a little bit of two more states, but even that, we're already on the western corner of West Virginia, and we drove to the middle of Missouri. So, the states are just huge. America's just huge, and I think it's really hard to convey that to other people, but you really feel it when you're driving. I mean, not even that far. We didn't even go very far, and it's still, it's just a lot of open country. It's a beautiful place. We had a lovely time in Springfield. We got there and got to see all of my siblings and all of their kids, and it was super fun. But with 8 adults and 5 kids under the age of 4 in the house, you can imagine it's pretty chaotic.
Yeah, you want it on the ground?
I'll go with you. And just like that, we're done in Springfield. We're actually pulling out of Poplar Bluff, Missouri right now, where we just stopped for lunch on the way home. We went to film a lot more little video clips of what we were doing and hanging out with people and the different places we ate, and then life was happening and we're using our phones for navigation, and then once we get to hanging out with people, we want to just hang out with them. So I'm sorry that we didn't film more. So here we are in Poplar Bluff. You can see out the window a little bit. Hi, we are here in central Kentucky on our way home, and we're gonna see some friends tomorrow and then head on back to West Virginia on Monday. So there's a beautiful sunset behind me, and I'm just running out from the hotel that we're staying at to go grab a couple things that we forgot at the store. So yeah, it's turned out to be a couple of really chill days the last couple of days, and I'm really thankful for that. So when we're traveling, we like to try to walk around, and especially we'll stop and get food and then go somewhere like a Goodwill or just other stores and stuff like that, because we want Sprout to get a chance to stretch her legs, and also we love Goodwill hunting. Actually, while I'm talking about Goodwill, so we benefit from being able to go to like a whole bunch of different Goodwills while we're traveling, and so we get some awesome finds. One of my favorite things is I've noticed different states, their Goodwills run different promotions, and so a lot of the ones in Kentucky run a promotion where the clothes are sorted by color, and throughout the week that color's 50% off, and on Sunday it's 99 cents. So if we're traveling on a Sunday, I love to drop into Goodwill. This past week when we were in Kentucky, I got this awesome cozy sweater for 99 cents. And actually the jeans I'm wearing right now, I'm not going to get up and show them to you, but they are Gap brand black skinny jeans with almost no wear on them at all, and they were 99 cents. Talk about a steal. So I love Goodwill so much, and I would love to do a post about why I love them and how I think you can optimize Goodwill shopping. If you're interested, that'd probably be a blog post, not a YouTube video, but if you'd be interested in reading about that, tell me in the comments and I'll try to do it sometime. One of the last things that we did on this trip, we've really started to optimize our pumpkin spice coffee beverage game. And I used to drink pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks, but I find that their pumpkin syrup has a funny floral flavor, and so instead now we get a regular coffee with the pumpkin spice cold foam on top, but I still was unhappy with the level of pumpkin spice I was getting, or also if we're going somewhere else where they don't have like pumpkin spice flavors and we're just buying plain coffee, I still wanted to be able to autumnify my coffee, and so I bought this little seasonings thing of pumpkin spice. They only had McCormick brand at Walmart, so it was $5. It was kind of pricey, but you think about it, that's like the price of one PSL. And so then if you're buying $1 or $2 coffees from a gas station, putting some pumpkin spice in the top, you're avoiding all the sugar, getting all the pumpkin flavor. It's the best. So those are our video clips from our trip this month, and I hope that gives you just a little peek into what it looks like when we're traveling. It is wild, and it's kind of funky. We don't want to make everybody that we talk to be on a video on the internet, and so that's why it's mostly us in the car, because yeah, we want to respect their privacy, but I hope that gives you just a little bit of a peek, an idea of what we do. I told you we had news based on what had happened this month. We have just some personal family stuff going on, and because of that we have decided to stay in the United States through the holiday of Thanksgiving, which if you're not from the US is at the end of November, and it's just a really important holiday for my husband's family who we're living with right now, so we're gonna have that holiday with them. But then it's looking really real, like we are gonna take off for Azerbaijan in early December. So we are working on visa paperwork right now. We haven't started it. We're talking with our inviting entity there who's gonna work with us to help us do all of the paperwork properly. My husband's passport just got in, so we are just making all of that happen, and it's super exciting. So we're gonna have a couple more months then, that means, of videos happening in the US. And since we haven't made the transition yet, I have a few ideas for stuff I would want to do, but I would love to hear if there's stuff about our life in the US that you want to see videos about. I've thought of doing a video that's like living in a multi-generational household, since I think more and more families are doing that, since we're doing that right now. I just felt like that might be an interesting thing for people to get to see. As part of that too, maybe just like how we're living right now, because my husband and I mean, we downsized from a 2-bedroom apartment and kitchen and living room with a full basement like you saw, and now we're living in someone else's house. So what have we done with our stuff? How have we set up our space that we're living in right now? And then maybe a video about packing and how we're gonna pack to move overseas for several years. Yeah, these are all ideas that are percolating in my brain. If there's anything of that sounds particularly interesting, I'm thinking we might also do like an Ask Us Anything kind of video. And maybe I can get my husband to guest spot on that with me. We'll see. I think that's it to sum up our September. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know what you like or what you'd like to see. Bye. If you've ever wondered if shooting a monthly family video diary will make you a tidier person, I can tell you probably yes, because our room was not as tidy as it is now until I pulled up this camera and saw how messy the background was and was like, we should fix this.